welcome to this week's What's for Dinner. I thought I'd show my face. And in case you're new here, my name is Kim and I do cooking videos. It's been a while since I've done some cleaning videos and vlogs, but I do like doing those, and also grocery hauls. I've kind of been a little, I don't know if I'd say down. I've just been kind of a little bit busy with life. In case you didn't know, it's been maybe almost a month ago. My daughter and my niece got into a wreck and they hit a deer. Thankfully they were okay. Car got a little messed up, but my husband was able to fix it. So anyways, I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of making meals. I have been making meals, I just haven't been filming them. I guess I need to get in the rhythm of filming them again. I've also been trying to lose weight, so I've been watching what I eat. So I've been kind of making different stuff, but I'll probably start sharing some of that stuff too. But anyways, I'm sharing 3 meals this week. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey y'all, tonight I'm going to be making some potato soup, and I'm starting out, I am cooking some bacon. I think it's probably about a pound or so of bacon. I've cut it up, and I'm going to go ahead and fry this bacon. Now, you don't necessarily have to have this much. The recipe only calls for like 6 slices of bacon, but we like a lot of extra, and I will leave some of the grease in here, the bacon grease, for cooking the vegetables. And so anyways, so what I'm going to start out doing is cooking up this bacon, and then I will bring y'all back when I'm done. Okay y'all, I'm going to remove this bacon. It's getting pretty crispy. And I'm not going to leave all of this in here. I'm going to get some of this grease out. Well, I'm going to move this over. Don't do like me and drop grease on the freaking stove. I just did. Oops. Not sure if I had the camera, but there's all of our bacon. I'm just going to let this kind of drain over here to the side. Okay, y'all. I dipped out quite a bit of the grease and left some, and I'm heating it up to about medium-high heat. And I have 3 stalks of celery, 3 carrots, and an onion that I finely diced. And we're going to go ahead and add that in. I'm just making sure this is good and hot. We're going to add that in and cook it for a few minutes. Okay, I think it'll be good enough. We're going to go ahead and start adding that back in, or adding this in. And y'all, my kids love this soup. Coat it in there. And we're going to let this fry up for just a few minutes. Okay, y'all. Now that this has been cooking for several minutes, I'm going to add in my potatoes, which oh lordy, y'all. I have probably, I don't know, 8 or 9. They're like, most of them were kind of a medium size, a couple large. And I just cut them up pretty small. And we're just going to pour those right in here. And we're also going to season those. We're going to put about, let's see, I'm going to start out with about a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do a teaspoon of pepper. And then Cajun seasoning, which I'm going to use Slap Your Mama. And we're going to start out with probably a teaspoon and a half. Might be a little more. Just stir this up in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to let this potatoes cook with all this grease and stuff for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to start adding in some liquid. I like to stir it in real good. Get all those pieces on the bottom stirred up into the potatoes. It is so good, y'all. I'm just going to leave these alone. I'll stir them occasionally. And let those cook for about 5 minutes. Okay, y'all, it has been cooking now for about 5 minutes. I have 32 ounces of chicken broth, or 8 cups. And we're going to go ahead and pour that in. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to bring this up to a simmer, or bring this up to a boil. Sorry, I can't speak. Now we're going to bring this up to a boil, and then we will turn it down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, I turned this down now, and I've got it simmering, just kind of like a little gentle simmer. And I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes, and we'll check the potatoes. We want them to be tender and then I'll tell you what we do next. Okay, y'all, I have a cup of milk and 3 tablespoons of flour, and I'm gonna go ahead and just whisk this together, and then we're gonna pour that into our soup and let it cook for another 5 minutes. So, okay, y'all, now I'm gonna go ahead and pour this into the soup, and then we're gonna let it cook for 5 more minutes. Okay, this next part, y'all, normally what I do is I dip out about 2/3 of the soup and I put it in a blender and blend it, and then I pour it back in. But I decided this time, I have this immersion blender, and I'm going to, let's see, try it. Just kind of go through and just, it's like you want it to still have some chunks, but to be blended somewhat. It kind of thickens it some. Honestly, I think that's good enough. But if you don't have the immersion blender, you can just put it in a regular blender. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Sorry, I had turned my camera off. Forgot to turn it back on. I added just a little bit more of the Cajun seasoning. And now we're going to add in our 1/2 cup of whipping cream. Mix that in. And now the soup is ready. I'm going to get some shredded cheese, and then we also have the bacon to top it with. If you had like green onions, that would be good. So I will let you know what we think of it. Alright, we're going to get Adrian's opinion on the soup. How do you like it?
It's very good, as always. I always love this soup.
So it's
very good.
So you're glad I made it.
It's triple thumbs up. I don't have that many thumbs.
Okay, thank you. Alright, Peyton, how do you like it?
It's very yummy and warm.
Oh, good. Alrighty, well, there you go, y'all. Hey, y'all. Tonight, I'm going to be making like hamburger steaks. So, I've got, I think about 2 pounds of meat is what I should have here. We had this meat processed, and they didn't really measure like what you would think is a pound may or may not be. Maybe just a little over or a little under. So, sorry, just stuck in here. But I've got 2 pounds, or what I hope is 2 pounds. So, go ahead and get that in there. Let me start getting some seasonings. Okay, y'all. I'm not using really a recipe. I'm just kind of doing my own thing. So we're going to take a little bit of yellow mustard. We're going to kind of squirt some of that. I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe a teaspoon. Some garlic powder. I'm going to say probably, if you were measuring, a teaspoon. Some Lowry's seasoned salt. I don't want to get too crazy because I don't want it to be too salty. Also, a package of Lipton onion soup mix. A little bit of Worcestershire. Am I saying it right? I'm going to say maybe a good tablespoon or so. And then some panko breadcrumbs. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle maybe a 1/4 or so cup. And then we're going to do 2 eggs. And since my eggs come from my chickens, I always, just to be on the safe side, I just put them in a separate container. Every now and then, you know, you might encounter an egg that isn't what you actually want, you know. I've had a few that have came out and been something in there that I didn't really. Ooh, this meat is still a little bit frozen there in the middle. Oh, and it is cold, y'all, today. It's, well, right now it's, I have one of those thermometers, but where part of it is outside. Oh my gosh, that is so cold. I'm gonna have to take a couple of chunks of this meat out and finish defrosting it. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So I got it pretty much thawed now. So now I'm gonna mix this up, and I may add a little bit more breadcrumbs, because if this feels like it's still too moist, you know. So, and the best way to do this is with your hands, because I just feel like if you try to mix it with a spoon, you just don't get that mixed as well. So I want to make sure I get all of the seasonings mixed through it, because you can kind of see some spots where it has more seasoning. So just kind of play with it a little, get it all mixed. But no, I think I was talking about the weather. It was like 37 degrees this morning when I woke up. So that was pretty cool for us, because we haven't been having that type of weather lately. I think that maybe it's all mixed. So now let me just see how these feel, if they're gonna stay together or not. So just kind of get them in little patties and kind of roll them out. So far so good. So we're just gonna kind of make some little patties, see how many I end up with, because y'all, I always end up, it seems like, with more than what I planned on. But you never know. And they don't have to be all exactly the same size. I mean, you want them close, but if they're not, it's fine too. Okay, y'all, now I'm gonna move over here to the stove, and I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of the pan, just so we can start browning these. And oops, I know I was watching some videos of people making steaks like this, and they like browned them and then they made a gravy and they let it continue cooking in the pot, or the pan I mean. But I know I'm not gonna have enough room, so I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna brown these, make up some gravy, and we're gonna put them in the oven and kind of let them finish cooking in there. I think it'll be it'll be good and easy, and I can fit them all in then. So I'm gonna let this warm up and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I think it's warmed up pretty good, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the pan. One thing I forgot was black pepper, so I'm gonna just season these on the top with a little bit of black pepper. I think I can fit one more. Go ahead and just put some pepper on top. And basically you just want to kind of brown both sides for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to remove it from the heat. Okay, I'm going to start flipping these over. Now we're going to go ahead and remove these, because the other side is getting brown. And then we're going to add in our other patties. And we'll do the same to those. Okay, I'm trying something, y'all. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to attempt to make, some gravy using those drippings. But it's going to be a little different. I have this Pioneer brown gravy mix, okay? And it says 3 tablespoons in a pan. And then you whisk it with a cup of water. So we're going to do that. We're going to start whisking it, and we're going to add in, go around and with this for just a minute before I add in the water, just to kind of, you know what I'm saying, get kind of some of that in there. I'm going to let this kind of simmer up a little bit, and I'm going to also add in a can of cream of mushroom soup to it. And this I just kind of came up with. Look at that bubbling. Nice. Okay. Now we'll start adding in 1 can of the cream of mushroom. I'm going to whisk that in with it. I may add a little bit more water just so it's not quite as thick. I have about a half a cup of water add in there too. I'm going to taste it just a little bit. Let's put just a little Worcestershire in here. How much that was. I think that's good. So I'm going to remove this from the heat. I'm going to move y'all. Move that off the heat. And now I'm fixing to go get me a pan, or a a casserole dish. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna start putting our hamburger patties back. I'm hoping they'll fit in here. I thought this pan would be big enough. Squeeze them in, be all right. Now, hope I have enough of this gravy. I'm gonna use a ladle and kind of start ladling it a little bit, like over each patty, just to make sure, you know, I don't know. I could have poured it, but my luck, I would pour it all in one spot. I don't trust myself. So we're just gonna, for now, just kind of ladle it. I was in the mood for a hamburger steak, so. Scoop or slide up. Y'all, I can't come up with a word today. I'm gonna just put the rest of this, I'm just kind of scraping it out of the pan. And I should have been on the other side. I'm probably blocking the camera. Hopefully not. I'm trying to hold it up high. Okay. All right, now I'm going to get some foil. We're gonna wrap it up, cover it with foil. I think I've got the oven at 350, so I'm gonna cook it, I think about 20 minutes. Should be good. I don't want them to cook too long and dry out, but I think with the gravy on it, they shouldn't. But that way they can finish cooking on the inside. So, 20 minutes, and then we will be back. Hey y'all, I'm gonna make some green beans for one of my sides, and I'm just gonna take, and you may already do this, but instead of using regular butter, I'm gonna put some bacon grease in here. I just thought I'd share that. I mean, probably a lot of y'all know, but. And then I also like to take real bacon pieces and just kind of sprinkle a few of those. I don't know, I just feel like it makes them taste good. Gives it that, I don't know, a little bit of something. So anyways, I will make that, and then I'm also just making instant potatoes. I was gonna make real ones, but I forgot. I made potato soup the other day, and I used basically all of our potatoes. So that will be our sides. Okay, I took these out of the oven, and I checked one of them, and they are done. I've got the green beans over here, just simmering, and I'm about to make the potatoes, and then we will sit down and let you know what we think. Okay, y'all, we got our hamburger steaks, mashed potatoes, and green beans, and we're gonna sit down and eat, and then we'll let you know what we think. Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody how they like the food, but Adrian doesn't want to be seen. How do you, I guess you like it? Thumbs up? Mm-hmm. Okay, now, Courtney, sorry, how do you like it?
It's good.
Good? Peyton?
I like the potatoes.
You don't like the meat?
It's not my favorite.
Oh.
You cooked it good, it's just not my favorite thing to eat.
Oh.
Dom, is my tongue in that?